Okay, are you with me? We need the whole cheese board to be involved, not just the Dairy Lee slice. Are you with me? Yeah. All right, check it out. Your turn. Okay.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thanks so much for coming. It's lovely to see you again. Thank you so much. There's no showings of that anyways.
Where we're going, Beth? Whole truck.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to day 2 of Contextual Language. We're almost at the halfway point. We've still got tickets there for Rallying Cry, if you'd like to attend that tonight. Not supposed to tell anybody, but there is a party afterwards. So if you get your tickets for Rallying Cry, you get to see Simon Armitage, Poet Laureate, DJ, don't tell anybody. And if you don't get tickets, pile down to the old schoolhouse and just join us for the party. So thanks for joining us. North London, Manchester raised and West Yorkshire resident Testament is a hip-hop MC, poet, theatre maker and world record-breaking human beatboxer. You can hear his radio drama play The Beatboxer on Radio 4 at 2:15 PM on Tuesday of next week. So do listen to that. His work includes the album Home Cut, No Freedom Without Sacrifice, the acclaimed plays Black Men Walking and one-man show Woke. Hull poet Jodie Langford Star is in the ascendance. She has collaborated with Joe Hakeem on a commission for The Verb, inspired by Frances Turner Palgrave. She's an amazing talent. So put your hands together for Jodie Langford and Testament.
Yeah, sick. So thank you all for coming. Obviously my name's Jodie, I'm 19 years old. I'm a Hull poet. So this first one, formed it for the first time off the road, Weird Journeys with no larking about, and then since then I've just been performing it around the city, and it's called Love in Different Languages. Love in different languages. She left hairs on the kitchen counter in pancake batter mixed splatters. Intelligent romances are a happiest, perishable affection, but with lasting damages. Love in different languages. She left hairs in the 90s with double denim and sequin outfits. She doubts it will ever feel as good as she is before. Another day, another clothes wash, rinses are a pour, washing powder sores. Love isn't just the happy bits. And sometimes it really feels like we're speaking different languages. It's pouring voices out your own and you find it hard to manage it. Before you know your birth tongue is buried in the bandages. It isn't just about the happy bits. It's the crappy bits, the snappy bits, the close to home targeting and toddler tantrum fits, thinking, is this our happiest? Because sometimes the kindest action is taking a step back. There's plenty of room for spillage if you want affection on tap. Matter of fact, the smaller the gap, the smaller pothole in a bicycle track, and more lives saved from broken ankles and sprains when you don't fall for the words. I don't want us to change. She lives within her migraines and may feel like more of a loss than a gain, but sleeping on your own is better than snoozing on unsteady thoughts. Muttering concerns aloud, scribbling the X's and noughts, repeating the course of action. Loving different languages, she left hers on the kitchen counter in pancake batter mixed splatters. Television romances are our happiest, perishable affection, but with lasting damages. And do you think she's managing? A syrup sweet smiles keep eyes in from the battle, and she's grappling hard but maintains the movement of a mannequin. It's saddening, but she's fighting, not babbling. Love in different languages. She left hers on the kitchen counter in pancake batter mixed splatters. Television romances are our happiest, perishable affection, but with lasting damages. Love in different languages. You left her on the kitchen counter all bruised and battered red splatters. Television romances are our happiest, affection lost in translation, mixing hope with happiness. Thank you.
You alright?
Yeah. You.
Alright. I had a show and I ended up having to go back up north, which is the best place, right? Yeah. And in the back of the van, and I ended up like 2 hours to get. So, anyway, my name's Testament. It's really nice to be at home. And I'm not sure which piece to go with first, so I'm going to let you choose. Is that right? Here we go for the geeky English student, or type 1, or the hip-hop angry young man type 1. So if you want to hear the geeky English student work from, can you go, uh-huh? If you want to hear the angry hip-hop type 1, go, yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah.
So which one on the count of 3 did you do your noise? 1, 2, 3?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I see, yes, have it. All right. If I could just free my mind, something like freedom time. Wish I was free like jazz or the style of a piece on the mic. The preacher talking freedom from sin. Freedom comes from within. Free will means be free, but not innocent. I freely admit we're free to exist. Freeborn, that's just where freedom begins. Just some free advice if your mind is free from prejudice. See, the best things in life are free. Cost you everything. We live in a world of freebies, free market, capitalism. Free to succeed, but shackled to the system. Free market, free trade just exacerbate the space between the free and the slave. Only appreciate freedom when you take it away. You can have that for free. My free thinking has just been programmed by the screens. Free view restricted, controlled remotely. Free and easy with the truth. It's not freedom of speech. It's a free for all. That means they don't pay the weak. Feel free to bug off. That means buy one, get one free. Feel free to get your kicks. Free kicks mean foul play. The first one's free. That's why addicts freebase. You aren't free when another's suffering has free reign. The paradox to be free, you must become a slave to love, to life, to God, to treating people right. I already told you, no freedom without sacrifice. Thank you.
I'm going back again. So this next one, I don't usually write a lot of personal poetry because it's really hard to write. So this one is about my dad, and my dad's from Folkestone in Kent. In my family it's a bit split because we have a family that live down south in Hertfordshire around London, and then there's us up north in Hull. And now my dad, it's always been an awkward relationship with my family, just falling out with him and then falling back in with him and then falling out again, and this is sort of about that, and it's called Folkestone Philosophy. Every time I answer your calls I can't help but cry. Your slurred southern slang makes my eyes swell and I die each time. You say, I know I haven't been a good dad, and I never ever reply to that. Because when I widen my mouth, my body twists the taps, and a reservoir of built-up conversations I've had with myself rise up a little higher. It may be because I spent so long loving you, then trying not to love you, and then feeling my heart break for you. And when I hear your stuttered speech, my eardrums ache for you. Because here's the story of the fragile father, trying to make an effort but the addiction tries harder, stumbling into another chapter of lies and lager, repetitive rehab, but you're always too ready for the departure. And you say you're in a bad place, but all you've ever known are bad places. Somewhere to hide in tears, those alcoholic embraces. You can't face it. You've kept every birthday card I ever made you, and I used to believe that a glue stick and glitter would mend your sore head. That when you stumbled and collapsed into the stairs, it was better than being dead. But now I've realised you've been dead this whole time. And you say you're proud of the person I'm becoming, but you've never even attended a single reading. You're too busy bruising and bleeding, refusing to heal, and I'm tired of worrying about where you spend your evenings, or if you'll ever wake up from the next drunken dream. And they say I've got your nerves, just not what goes up it. Easy to take advantage of the next dealer's puppet. You ask for a tenner, I ask for one hug, and you promise me you're trying to be a better dad. Some days it's just too overwhelming. And every time I answer your calls, I can't help but cry. So I just leave you, darling. Thank you.
And I'm holding her for the first time. 33 long hours. Day returning to night, returning to day, fading. And this floppy, fleshy thing in my arms. My nervousness looks into new and curious eyes. And I am thinking, I'm meant to be crying now, but I'm not. I'm smiling and determined to breathe every moment in. And she doesn't cry. She squeaks. I have no name. A simple song with no hooks, just melody. She's asleep on the mat. She wakes up wriggling and she starts to sing. Turns out she loves making up her own songs. Nappy change time is also a great time for beatbox practice. Come on. Your turn, your turn. Now when I say hip hop, she says, I have no name. A simple song with no hooks, just melody. I get up. Her arm and her head is already poking above the cot. It's cold and I clutch her to me. Treading downstairs slowly, we count each step together into the kitchen. I'm yawning and trying to find something clean. The sink I left unwashed and full of crockery. But she is staring, mesmerized. She looks out beyond me, over the sink full of dirty dishes, through a window that is dimmed with pollution. She looks out to an exterior world. I am looking down at her, but she looks out in wonder. Stella! Yeah, we call a release. Thank you.
That was amazing. Can we just put our hands together, please? Really good stuff. So I've got a couple of thank yous. Obviously, thank you for everyone involved in Continental Language and for having me, and all the staff. Thank you to my family for being here. I appreciate that. Thank you to work colleague Sarah, everyone that supported me on my spoken word journey, no lacking about. I really appreciate, you've all helped me get to this point, and I'm so grateful that you're all in this room. So this next one, it was called TV or Not TV, and it was originally wrote for a project called Project Twisted, which is about beating the poverty stigma. And so my task was to write about youth in the media and youth in TV and education. And so this is what it's about, but I will need some audience participation, and this is where you're all hiding the scenes. I don't want to pay attention to me. But basically I got some lines, and there's a verse that repeats itself throughout the poem, so I just need you to join in, so repeat after me. The folk are holding up. The folk are holding up. But are staring down the barrel of a gun. But are staring down the barrel of a gun. Having to figure out the way around the field system. Having to figure out the way around the field system. Yeah, I think you got it. So this is TV or not TV. Hooded hooligans on the screen at 17. Brainwashing the public to perceive that youngins are thieves, not all fall into a jail cell over a uni degree, but some can't help being rejected by society. Complain about knife crime, but leave them to dwell in their poverty. You don't leave them much when they have to provide their own security, and how do you expect goodwill when you can't show community? The care with the pavement used to be a damn bench at 10, but now the care with the pavement is perfect for cracking heads, and what do you expect when you let down the next gen? And I ain't saying everyone's like them, but the media is selective and it was stories to bend, flipping reverse, cry the youth are cursed. No, they're just thirsty for a little appreciation, motivation, anything to stop them dealing at the station and skipping probation. The folk are holding up, but are staring down the barrel of a gun, having to figure out the way around the field system. The folk are holding up, but are staring down the barrel of a gun, having to figure out the way around the field system. I truly believe they are the future. But journalists and directors want to paint a different picture, not showing how many broke through blood and tears for a qualification, and are volunteering in the cities but still have no validation. I've worked with young people who I'm sure will drive our nation into the right direction. Not bury or burn it like a bloody cremation. You should have seen the dedication they put into making lives better for homeless women. Spent all week making boxes full of donations to help those in vulnerable situations feel like a person again. Not another digit in a statistic to make the far right and the government friends. Let's go back to the media threads, saying teens are cranking up deaths, getting done and spending summer in a field with their mates Kirk and Ket. It ain't fair to suggest that they aren't trying their best. To get work now, you must be born into it first. The beauty standards have gone to extremes. Tutorials for people aged 12 on how to look 18. Can't leave home without a full face on. Welcome, insecurity. When I was that age, I didn't know foundation had shades. Only wore liner and photos to impress my emo mates, and these poor lads. If you ain't chiseled, you're whack. Hospitalised because of steroids just to shape up your mass. Can't afford a trendy haircut, better have a thigh gap. Better keep up with fashion or be seen as a Martian. Crying over expensive trainers, because you got yours from Asda. The folk are holding up, but are staring down the barrel of a gun. Having to figure out the way around the field system. The folk are holding up, but are staring down the barrel of a gun. Having to figure out the way around the field system. It's a stereotype that they're only focused on getting high and watching violent school fights. These programmes don't help. Showing teens moping about, only taking an interest in naked women and how to knock someone out. Stop pushing them down. Saying that life is a playground, yeah, if the slides are made of razor blades and the swings are cut down. Come on, try and change how. You influence their doubt. Ever heard of encouragement? No? Well, you have now. Let's go back to the media threads, saying teens are cranking up deaths, getting done and spending summer in a field with their mates Kirk and Ket. It ain't fair to suggest that they aren't trying their best. To get work now, you must be born into it first. The folk are holding up, but are staring down the barrel of a gun. Having to figure out the way around the field system. One more time, the fool could hold him up, but staring down the barrel of a gun. Having to figure out the way around the field system. Thank you. Oh, thanks so much for coming. It's lovely to see you again. Thank you so much.
Bethany, how did you find the country round?
Really good.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got cool mates, don't they?
Yeah.
Enjoying that? So, in summary, that was amazing. Jodie, I'm so proud of you, my love. She only went and smashed it.